Good morning, and welcome to the UU community of Halifax. My name is Ben Robbins, and I'm glad to be your minister. This congregation has been through some incredible times. Being the only congregation in town that did not tell you you were going to hell. Adapting our beliefs to the theories of Charles Darwin and Albert Einstein. The Halifax explosion, where we quickly pivoted to being a full-on service community. The economic downturn that led to just a stump of an informal group holding the flame until we were reborn in the 1960s. So as a living tradition, we both plant new seeds and we tend to an unbroken thread. And today we celebrate our flower ceremony. If you brought a flower and haven't brought it up yet, you're welcome to bring it up now or during one of the hymns and put it here. And we also have extra flowers for those who didn't bring one. Please see the announcements in the order of service and note that today, after the service, we have Building Your Own Theology as the final session. All are welcome, and today's theme is the meaning of life. And June 15th, 2 weeks from today, is our potluck barbecue at Leslie and Alan Shaw's house here in the city. All the details are in the June newsletter and the Friday emails. So if you want to get on the email list, let me know, or email the office directly. And if you need a ride over there, I'm sure we can find you one. So that's on the 15th. And thank you to our volunteers and staff who make our Sunday services possible. Laura Bain is our service assistant. We have Riley Friesen on tech, Tristan Kellaway on keys, and a special thank you today to South End Florists for donating extra flowers for our flower ceremony. Yeah, and thank you also, Kath, for bringing in some extras. Thank you. Now we have Margaret Galbraith with our land and climate acknowledgements.
What are you doing, Etta? We are meeting here today and online in the territory of the Mi'kmaq, their unceded ancestral home for thousands of years. As we are all still treaty people, we strive to live and work together in support of one another and indeed of the many others who now occupy these lands. Just coming in today, I was hearing that it's been 10 years since the Truth and Reconciliation Report was delivered to the Canadian country. And I'm just thinking if you've never read those 94 recommendations, perhaps it's time we had a look at them. Went through them again. They suggest you just have to pick one in that whole 94 and think about how you can bring that into your life. In these difficult times, it is more important than ever to come together in community and celebration. Radical joy, resistance, and love for all our relations is unstoppable. The People's Parade for Life next weekend is an occasion to lift each other up, to celebrate our actions in defense of life on earth, to honor the water, and to strengthen our collective spirits. UUCH participated in the inaugural one in 2023, and we plan to be there again this next Saturday. The parade will begin with an opening Mi'kmaq ceremony with the White Bear Youth Drummers and the Mi'kmaqi Water Walkers. Then in all our costumes, celebrating all aspects of life on earth, we'll walk on the Chibouchuk Halifax waterfront, from the wave at Sackville Landing down to the end of the boardwalk behind the Nova Scotia Power Building. And then we're going to have a potluck community feast. This is new this year, put on by the Mi'kmaq Native Friendship Center and whoever else contributes, as it is a potluck. Participants and spectators of all ages will be welcome. So come and join us to celebrate life on earth. And talk to me afterwards if you have any questions about participating in the parade.
sorry. I think it's me. Our chalice lighting words are adapted from words by Elizabeth Strong. Enter into the flower celebration with joyful hearts, with reverent thoughts. It has taken long months beneath cold ground for these flowers to prepare their blooming. It has taken each of us long times of growth through sorrow and joy to prepare for our living now. The blooming season is short. The flowers stay only a brief time. We are travelers upon this earth, travelers through all too brief lifetimes. Therefore, let our moments be bountiful. Let us rejoice in our unique colors, aromas, and sounds. As we light our chalice, let us celebrate together in love.
I need your help today. It's spring cleaning. It's time to go through the closet, see what it's time to get rid of, to make room for something new. So let's see what we got. So these are my favorite summer dance pants. I love them so much, I wear them all the time. So should I keep them? Yeah. Yes. Most people said yes. Kath, interesting. I'll talk to you about that. Okay. Okay. This is, I got this as an underlayer for winter biking. So, and I had to wear it a lot this winter, walking my dog in the winter. I love it, but it's got a hole in the sleeve, right at the elbow. So what should I do? Should I fix it, or should I let it go? Oh. Yeah, it's got a nice hood. I can bike with it, and the hood fits under my bike helmet. Did you say fix? Fix. Thank you. Okay. These are my absolute favorite, my favorite contra dance skirt. If you don't know contra dancing, it's like square dancing. Where I used to live, everyone wore skirts like this, and it was fabulous, and they twirled, and it was beautiful. I started contra dancing again when I can. Missed it last night. The skirt culture isn't quite the same here, so I don't know if I'm going to wear this year. Should I keep it or get rid of it? Okay, give that one a thought. Okay. I'll hold up this shirt.
Because you could change the culture.
I could change the culture. I could colonialize. I mean, I could help people. Sorry?
If you wear that next Sunday, I'll wear a kilt.
If I wear the skirt here next Sunday, Riley will wear a kilt. Okay. So this is a T-shirt from a nerd festival I went to. The most nerdy people. It's called Manifest. I absolutely loved the festival. Whenever I think about it, fond memories. But I don't like this design.
The shirt looks ready for the garbage or value donation.
Yeah, but there's a 1 in a million chance I'll be wearing it, and someone will be like, "You went to Manifest."
I gave it
At a
good memories. Cut it out in a rectangular shape and frame it.
okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Absolutely love this shirt. In fact, just a sec. I absolutely love. I love this shirt. Just a sec. Okay. So there's a slightly different color for a couple of them because they ran out. But so I absolutely love this shirt. It's from a tall store, so when I find something that fits me, that I like, I buy extra. Absolutely love it.
What does Tanya say?
She loves me.
I only one shirt and that's
No. I think I could happily live the rest of my life with this shirt. So the question is, though, am I kind of stuck in a teal rut, or should I keep the best one?
Get some new colors.
Okay. Okay. Did someone say tie-dye? Okay. And keep it. Okay. Thank you very much for your help. This helps me to continue the living tradition of my style, such as it is, while making space for something new too. Thank you. And please rise in body and spirit for our opening hymn. It's number 1000 in the Teal hymnal, Morning Has Come, number 1000.
We now have time for joys, sorrows, and complex truths. We bring our hearts into the sacred space of community and open them up to each other and for each other, so that each of us who carry pain might be comforted by the presence of a loving community, so that those of us who are happy might share their joy and see it multiply in others, and so that those of us who carry complex truths might find a welcoming space to process and meaning make. Our communal well holds all of our stories. The water can remind us of our connection to all of life and to the earth itself. If you have a joy, sorrow, or complex truth in your heart to speak into community, we invite you to share and to place a stone in the well. You might also place a stone in silence, and if you're willing, we ask that you come and speak from near the well so that those on Zoom can see you, and Ben's going to pass the mic.
Hello, my name. Sorry, I twisted my wrist
does not like to hold on to things. Anyways, so my name is Amy. My pronouns are she, her. And my big concern, many of you may have heard on CBC radio about my neighborhood, how the local apartment buildings are going to become condominiumized. And so I think there's like hundreds, 100 plus households that are not. I wonder who's going to afford it, because I looked online this morning and they want $500,000 for these apartments.
Do you want to do a stone?
Hello, everybody. I'm nice to meet you. I'm Susan White from BC and Halifax, Dartmouth, I guess. I would like to put, what do you say?
Stone.
You do have a stone? Yeah, there's. So I'm visiting my mother, who's 102, and who's deteriorated, as you would be at the age of 102. It's very sad. And my sister takes care of her, and that's also very sad because it's too much. She's very depressed. And I'm visiting 5 of my 7 grandchildren, 3 in one family and 2 in the other, which is a great joy. So, how do you do?
Just take any stone.
Giant.
It's okay with spills.
My name's Dan Tholen. I'm from Traverse City, Michigan. My wife and I are here for a week in Halifax at a conference, and I wanted to express a joy at being able to come and visit this congregation. I'm president of the congregation in Grand Traverse, and so I understand what it takes to run any kind of congregation and keep it afloat. So anyway, thank you for welcoming us in here today.
Just any rock.
I'll take a big one.
Good morning, I'm Andrea, she, her pronouns. I have a young person in my life who lost her mother 2 years ago on Friday. And I'm celebrating her resilience and her survival. And yeah, there is life again after loss. And she's a beautiful mentor and teacher to me of how to grow through grief and how to find joy on the other side. So it's a joy, a sorrow, and a complex truth.
And I'm going to place one more stone for all that remains unspoken in our hearts. Please stay seated for our musical meditation. It's number 1011 in the Teal hymnal, Return Again. The lyrics will also be up on the screens, and we're going to sing this one through a few times. It's now time for our offering. The work of this community is made possible by donations of time, talent, and money. Thank you for however you give, and we trust that you will give however much is right for you. Most donate by monthly e-transfer, and we also pass the basket. Today's basket goes to our operating fund. Whatever your situation, thank you for being part of this community. Please rise and body your spirit for our offertory hymn, number 83 in the gray hymnal, Winds Be Still. The words will be up on the screen.
Every flower is new, brand new. Not long ago, it was just a seed, just a twinkle in someone's eye. Now here it is, here they are. I might get my terminology wrong, but I'm going to say this anyway. No flower that bloomed last year is alive today. Is that true? Okay. Okay. Every flower is new, and every no flower that blooms this year will be alive next year. And every flower is old. Every flower contains DNA that has been passed on and on since time immemorial, with the occasional change. So nature's living tradition means not endless survival, but endless renewal. The fountain of youth has not been found. We extend ourselves into the future not by evading death, but by passing the torch. Some folks are trying to change that. Research on telomeres, for example. In every one of our cells, the tips of chromosomes are protected by telomeres, but every time our cells divide, the telomeres get shorter. and once they are gone, the cell dies. This is one of 1,000 ways that we age. So if we solve telomeres, we will be one step closer to the fountain of youth, but we'll still be far from it, just one step closer. Some folks are trying to do brain transplants, define death by moving to a new biological home, or a brain in a jar, or a brain in a computer chip. Do we really have to die so that life might continue? Can't we just do some biological renovating? A couple of screws here, replace the paneling over here, retrofit an appliance or two. If you volunteered with our property team, you know that how meaningful it is to maintain a beautiful old building. Keep the door hinges swinging, smooth out the bricks in front. Always something to do to keep the system working. And it's beautiful, meaningful work. It's a connection to our long history and the people who came before. It's a connection to those after us. It's a gift to those who come after us to maintain this body we're in. But still, sometimes there's this passing thought. I have to admit it. Could be nice to be in a new building. Fewer creaks, fewer surprises. I'm not proposing anything. So repair or replace. Repair or replace. It's an ancient question, repair or replace, and the battle is going on within our DNA even. So the fox that is genetically wired to groom herself, maintaining her beautiful fur, even as she is genetically wired to shed the old hairs to grow in the new. Repair or replace is such an ancient question, it shows up in tarot cards. Does anyone practice tarot here? Does anyone like tarot cards? All right. Okay, there. So there's a tarot called the Tower card, which I learned from Andrea. It's one of the major cards, so it's a big deal. The image of the tower varies from deck to deck, but they all have in common that the tower is not doing so good. In some decks, the problem is lightning and celestial fire. In some decks, it's earthquakes and erosion. In some decks, it's bed bugs and overactive popcorn machines. But what all tower cards have in common is that the tower is in trouble and people are fleeing. The website Labyrinthos says the destruction of the tower must happen in order to clear out the old ways and welcome something new. The destruction of the tower must happen in order to clear out the old ways and welcome something new. So the tower card answers the question, repair or replace, with let it burn. Back in February, during Interfaith Harmony Week, I did the interfaith service at the Atlantic School of Theology. And like a respectful guest, I looked up their Bible quotes for that week. One of the Bible quotes was from the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verses 1 to 8. God asks, "Who will live their lives in service of the divine?" And Isaiah answers, "I will. Pick me." Many Christian churches stop there, but some include the optional verses 9 to 13, where God says, "Here is how to live your life in the service of the divine. Go to your people and make them stop paying attention." You want me to make them stop paying attention? Yes. For how long? Until the cities lie in ruins and the houses are deserted and the fields ruined and ravaged. That's what it says, Isaiah chapter 6. God basically tells Isaiah, the system is broken, let it burn. So that is not what I was expecting. I thought God would say, love your neighbor as you love yourself, make things a little bit better in every room you enter, choose love. So churches that only do verses 1 to 8 would have gotten the wrong impression of what is called for in this moment. We should fix the problems, right? They'd say, of course we should fix the problems. No, says God, let it burn. And then God says, when all has been laid to waste, we will plant a holy seed and we'll begin again in love. It's time for a fresh start. That passage terrifies me. It's absolutely terrifying. Imagine believing that. Imagine believing that the best thing you can do is let it burn and even help it burn so that you can start fresh. I imagine many millions of Christians heard that passage, and all it takes is a few of them to believe it. Has anyone seen the television show Designated Survivor? Anyone seen that show, Designated Survivor? The premise is that almost all political leaders are killed at once. And I'm going to give away a major plot point. The bad guy's goal is to take down society so that they can build back better. So it's just a TV show, don't take it too seriously. But the other day I saw a video of a march of right-wing vigilantes, and they looked a lot like the bad guys from Designated Survivor. Maybe they had the same stylist. I don't think tariffs are intended to destroy the system, but they might. Trying to end due process, step in that direction. Telling the Proud Boys to stand by. So I think if you're not terrified, I imagine it's because you believe that the system is resilient, that this is not a prairie fire, it's just a tornado passing through, and it might not even reach Canada. Or maybe you've reached equanimity, where you don't know how things will work out, so you might as well tend your garden, help your neighbor, and enjoy the sunrise. Today we have our flower ceremony. So amidst all that is going on in the world, we bring a flower, we combine our flowers, we take home a flower. And we have extra, so everyone gets to take home a flower. I made a mistake in the blurb for the service. The first flower ceremony was not in Nazi territory. Norbert Čapek created it in the 1920s in Czechoslovakia, shortly after Czechoslovakia won its independence. Čapek was born Roman Catholic, decided to become a Baptist minister, and when he became Unitarian, he decided that he didn't want to abandon all of his history and his people's history. He had a liberal religious congregation, but there was something special about a shared communion. So he looked around for a meaningful way for a liberal religious community to commune, and he looked around and he saw flowers. So he asked everyone in the congregation to bring in a flower, and they combined their flowers. Each person took a different one home. And it didn't have to be flowers. If you were out looking for a flower and you found a beautiful plant or a stone or a leaf, it was all welcome. When the Nazis took over 15 years later, Čapek didn't stop this beautiful practice of creating connection and community. He didn't give up and say, let it burn. The congregation he served continued to do the flower ceremony, and he continued to do it even in a concentration camp. Čapek was a theist, and here's a blessing he would say in the flower ceremony, and I've slightly adapted it. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask your blessing on these, your messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and outlook, to be one in devotion to the holy and the good. May they remind us of the value of comradeship, collaboration, and sharing. May we cherish friendship as one of your most precious gifts. May we each realize that regardless of our talents, our efforts are needed to do your work in this world. I think it's true that sometimes a building is so run down that it's best to demolish and replace it. Sometimes a sweater is so worn that it's time to salvage part of it for a quilt. Sometimes it is too hard to weave the past into the future, and you need to start fresh by scattering seeds but planting new starts. What gives me hope is that there are things that I cannot help but do. I cannot help but find beauty in the sunrise, for example. Even on a foggy day, when it's more of a fog rise, I still appreciate it. I can't help but awaken my inner trickster. It's not going anywhere. I can't help but create useful spreadsheets. I need to do it. And that blessing by Norbert Chapek was just full of things that we cannot help but do, no matter what happens. So I invite you to consider, what is a way that you cannot help but embody the spirit of life? You might complete the sentence, no matter what happens, I will always, or it might be no matter what happens, we will always, for some we that is meaningful to you. So consider completing that sentence. No matter what happens, I will always. We're now gonna do our flower ceremony. If you brought a flower and haven't put it in the vase yet, you're welcome to come up and do that. And I'm gonna invite you to come up. You're welcome to come up in silence and take your flower. It's completely fine. And like I said, we have extra. Everyone gets to take home a flower. So you can come up in silence and take it, or you're welcome to say, no matter what happens, I or we will always ... So let's do this. Let's do the flower ceremony.
I brought lilacs from my neighbor because she said anything that hangs over the fence is free game. So no matter what happens, I'll always have fun with my neighbors.
No, I think I've done too much taking, and I'll do some giving this time.
Interesting.
No matter what happens, I'll always want to help.
I'll take the tulip. Because the deer ate all of mine. But no matter what happens, I will plant them again in the fall.
And if you are online, you're welcome to share. I will, no matter what happens, I will always. And if you have something beautiful near you, you're welcome to show it on the screen if you like.
No matter, no matter what happens, I will always be thankful for having another day of life.
No matter what happens, I will always love flowers.
Let's go to Judy online.
No matter what happens, I will always find joy in the natural world.
Thank you.
No matter what happens, I will honor the earth in all its vulgar beauty.
You have to know the meaning of vulgar.
No matter what happens, I will always try and have flowers in my home to remind me of my mother, the departed florist. This arrangement was not done by a flower.
While I was cutting some of the flowers, I learned that Amy's mother was a flower arranger. So, yes, I can aspire.
No matter what happens, I will embrace the tower, because after the tower, the morning star rises.
No matter what happens, I'll always find beauty and feel a sense of restoration and solace in nature.
No matter what happens, I'll always be a messenger.
Do Marilyn and then Etta.
No matter what happens, I will always keep on keeping on.
My name is Etta. There's a serious concern swirling about me, but no matter what happens, I will try to keep my head up.
My name's Susan. No matter what happens, however bad things get, I always think there's a place to laugh. And I like to make people laugh, whether it flops or not.
You also have Mary Ellen online?
Yeah, we'll go to Mary Ellen online, and then Kath.
happens, I will always hold UUCH in my heart. I have to leave you now and go next door.
Bye, Marilyn.
No matter what, there is always hope.
I think for me, no matter what happens, I'll always help young people and find their path and find hope for the future. It looks sturdy.
I liked what I heard at the beginning of the service about radical joy, love, and resistance. At our congregation, we talk about building beloved community, engaging in lifelong learning, demonstrating radical love, and engaging in good trouble, which we are doing a lot of now. So no matter what happens, I'm going to keep doing that.
I'm going to take the vase for a tour to see if anyone wants to take one without coming up. Was someone just coming up? Oh, thank you. Did you say Karen wants to? Oh, I wasn't going to, but yeah, just walk around and see if someone wants a flower that hasn't taken one.
In spite of our being so vulnerable to the United States, and in view of our visitors from the United States, I'd just like to say that I will always continue to believe that the vast majority of American people don't want cruelty. They don't want injustice. They don't want to be unkind to other countries. I'll go on believing that.
Thank you. And may these flowers remind us of the seeds that are growing within us. May these flowers remind us of what's baked into our DNA that will always be channeled through us. And may these flowers connect us to each other and to all people and all life. And please rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn. It's number 305 in the gray hymnal, number 305, De Colores. The final verse is in Spanish. If you miss a syllable, just catch up. I invite you to sing it with gusto, with a spirit of life that cannot be quenched. All right, thank you. Please be seated. And I will finish with these words by Bruce Bodie and then extinguish the chalice. We are, each of us, fragrant, fragile, and holy forms of life that have sprung from the earth, that have arisen out of the deep mystery of being, and which are here upon this earth for a short time to care, to love, to serve, and to be a witness to the beauty of things, such as the simple beauty of flowers in the spring. Bringing Your Own Theology is right here at noon, and the theme is the meaning of life. June 15th is our potluck barbecue at the Shaw's. Details in the weekly email and the newsletter. There is now coffee in the ballroom. Our service is over.